Madam Speaker, all of these announcements made in respect of the various allocations, and indeed the others that we have not announced but will actually be accommodated in the budget, every one of these projects, these programs and responsibilities funded through this budget need to be implemented by a strong civil service. We need to deliver the level of service that all Fijians rightly deserve. We have discussed this many times in Parliament. It has been a priority project for government for the past 2 years. The reforms focus on ensuring that the civil service upholds the values and principles in the Constitution in an environment that is free from corruption and upholds the highest standards of accountability, particularly with regard to public financial management. To achieve this, we are building the foundations of strong people management. We first introduced the principle of open merit for selection of staff at all levels. We are now working on improving the working environment through changes in management practices and in the way we supervise and institute discipline where necessary. The next stage, Madam Speaker, is to overhaul our remuneration system, benchmarking to the private sector and ensuring fair pay for all of our workers. Madam Speaker, as we have announced previously, we are not simply applying an increase across the board at the same rate for everyone. We are pleased to announce, Madam Speaker, a fundamental change to the way remuneration is structured in the civil service. We are applying for international best practice, introducing 15 broadband bands for salaries and wages, which will cover all workers. The job evaluation that has been undertaken since April of this year is confirming the band for each position. The band then determines the salary for the people in these positions. Madam Speaker, we are pleased to announce that our government wage earners will receive an average increase of 14.3%. Our research shows that we already pay above the private sector for these jobs, but as a responsible employer, we are setting the bar higher. These positions include our drivers, our chainmen, our tradespeople, and other similar occupations. For our common cadre, Madam Speaker, those that are in the headquarters of ministries, the average increase is 15.8%. Again, Madam Speaker, the actual increases will vary from position to position, as these jobs include administration, accounting, audit, procurement, and supplies, and the extent to which we have already matched the private sector varies across these professions. The increased salaries for these positions will commence in July. We would like to highlight that some of the highest increases are in our service delivery areas. One example is in the nursing field. Through the changes in the remuneration structure, we are able to announce recognition for specialist nurses, those who work in areas of higher risk and therefore require higher qualifications, training and application of skill on the job. From August, Madam Speaker, these nurses will be recognized through the creation of 800 specialist nursing positions, attracting salaries of up to a 25% increase above the general nursing positions. These include the specialization of coronary care specialists, intensive care specialists, and midwives, to name just a few. We'd also like to mention, Madam Speaker, the valued nurse practitioners have been recognized through this process. This very special group of nurses will receive salary increases of up to 74%, in recognition of the special role they perform in the care of our citizens, particularly in the rural and remote areas. Our teachers will also receive significant increases in salary. The job evaluation for these positions were completed only last week, and we are pleased to announce that the average increase for our qualified teachers is 14.3%, and for our school heads and administrators is 13.8%. Broad bending of these positions will mean less movement of people and less change in school administrators. These salary increases will be effective from August 2017. In recognition of the need for ongoing professional development, teachers will be required to be on duty for additional 7 days. These student-free days, which will be before each term at the school and district level, to ensure that our teachers have the skills and knowledge they need to teach for new curricula and provide the best possible outcomes for our children. Madam Speaker, we are obviously not going to pay such large increases without expecting improvements in effectiveness and service delivery to the Fijian people. Some of our positions, those where the increase is greater than 15%, will of course have to be advertised. We are committed, Madam Speaker, to developing a high-performing civil service that is an attractive option for young and highly skilled people from all areas of our society. We actively encourage all qualified people to apply for jobs in the civil service, from both outside the service and within the service, and have been very pleased to see increasing numbers of women appointed to technical and senior roles as the open merit system has created these opportunities, Madam Speaker. We further confirm that these changes to remuneration are not the end. We are working on the performance management guideline, which will include the principles and procedures for rewarding our high performers. This system will also confirm the standards to be met for any contract renewals. As always, Madam Speaker, the focus of the reforms is on creating a high-performing civil service that provides high-quality, effective and timely service to our people. This is why our investment, Madam Speaker, in these reforms is so critical, with an eye on the outcomes for our people. The unions would like to see everybody get a generous pay rise based on the mere fact that they are employed. But shouldn't the person who is scrupulously honest, works hard, reports to work on time, serves the public well and gives sound support to his or her minister be rewarded before the person who shirks responsibility and goes through the motions of working? We think so, Madam Speaker. A high performer must be rewarded. We do not want people who start combing their hair at 4 o'clock to leave work at 4:30 to be rewarded the same way in terms of performance systems as those who actually stay back and work. So we must take care, Madam Speaker, that the civil service will never become a repository for people who think a position and a pay rise are acquired lifetime rights. People who perform well will get rewarded, and government has its own responsibility too. If we demand professionalism, we must establish a professional work environment, one that inspires pride. If you look, Madam Speaker, around us, you will see that our government facilities are improving every day, becoming more attractive and better equipped. We are drawing in an outstanding young people through our merit system and a large number of women. Is all part of the civil service reform, Madam Speaker.